Tennessee Titans versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Titans will travel down the coast to take on the Bucs in Tampa Bay on Saturday night in the preseason opener for both teams. The Titans finished with the worst record in the NFL last year, affording them the #1 overall pick in this year's draft. They will turn to first overall pick Cameron Ward to help revitalize the franchise. The Bucs put together another successful season last year, claiming their 4th straight NFC South Division title. They will try to keep that streak intact this season and push for a deeper run in the playoffs. The Tennessee Titans continue their long road back to relevancy in 2025, this time with yet another new quarterback. They started the process last year by bringing in Bill Callahan as their new head coach. The team tried filling a quarterback void by drafting Will Levis to be the team's new leader. Levis failed to deliver with too many turnovers and poor decision-making. An off-season shoulder injury has shelved Levis for the season, and the Titans now turn to Ward to lead the franchise back. Ward will have some help with veteran running back Tony Pollard and a trio of veteran receivers. Calvin Ridley, the team's leading receiver last year, returns to take the #1 spot. The team added Tyler Lockett and Van Jefferson to round out the team's top 3. The offensive line still needs to improve, and the team tried to address that with the additions of Dan Moore Jr. and Kevin Zeitler. All of this is the work of the team's newly hired GM, Mike Borgonzi. The pressure will be on for Callahan's team to perform this year. He will get them going right out of the gates, promising starters will play early in the preseason. We might play a little bit more this preseason, potentially, on offense, just because we have a young quarterback that needs to see a little bit of action, so we feel like he's really ready to roll and that he has enough experience that potentially Week 1 isn't an eye-opener, Callahan said. The Titans won just 3 games last year, but there are several experts who believe that they could be a much-improved team this season. One way that the team can show growth is on the defensive end. They have what could be a solid defensive front with Tavondra Sweat anchoring things in the middle. Defensive end, Jeffrey Simmons needs to rebound from a subpar season last year, and things could improve quickly. The Titans will also need improvement from their secondary, primarily cornerback L'Jarius Sneed. Callahan plans to play starters Saturday, including quarterback Ward, to get him reps before the season opener. The starting O-line is expected to play with him. Behind Ward, journeymen Brandon Allen and Tim Boyle will compete for the backup role, with Allen currently ahead. Both will have limited support as the WR group gets much younger without Ridley, Jefferson, and Lockett. Defensively, the Titans are still testing combinations, which could lead to some early preseason sloppiness. The Bucs ended 2024 with another NFC South title, but fell short in the playoffs. With All-Pro quarterback Baker Mayfield, top running back duo Bucky Irving and Rachaad White, and star wide receiver Mike Evans returning, the offense remains intact from last year's top 5 unit. After 6 straight playoff appearances, the Bucs are aiming even higher this season. "It's going to be exciting," said head coach Todd Bowles. "We want to go further than last year and look more impressive than we have in recent seasons. That starts with building confidence and continuity from the ground up, and we're ready for the challenge." The Bucs have addressed last year's defensive issues with key moves, re-signing veteran linebacker Levante David and counting on a healthy Servosia Dennis. The D-line is anchored by Vita Vea, with Logan Hall and newcomer Hassan Reddick boosting the pass rush. The secondary, led by All-Pro Antoine Winfield Jr., remains intact, with added depth from rookies Benjamin Morrison and Jacob Parrish. If the defense matches the offense's top 5 potential, the Bucs could be a serious threat. The Bucs' veteran starters are unlikely to play Saturday. Backup QBs Teddy Bridgewater and Kyle Trask will take snaps behind a second-string O-line and deeper depth at RB and WR. Young receivers will have a chance to impress, and on defense, several backups and linebackers will look to earn rotation spots in the preseason opener. The Titans have more to prove across the board, and Callahan is showing urgency by starting key players Saturday. In contrast, the Bucs are more stable, with Bowles opting to rest starters. QB Ward will play behind the Titans' top O-line, giving them a clear edge. With Bowles' 11-14 preseason record and conservative approach, expect the more motivated Titans to control this matchup. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Tennessee minus 3.5. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. New York Jets versus Green Bay Packers. The New York Jets will take on the Green Bay Packers in Week 1. NFL preseason action on Saturday at Lambeau Field. New York turns a new leaf with first-year head coach Aaron Glenn, and Green Bay looks to build off an 11-win season. The New York Jets went through several changes last season, firing fourth-year head coach Robert Saleh and general manager Joe Douglas. The Jets also moved on from second-year QB Aaron Rodgers, who returned to the field after missing nearly all of the 2023-24 season with an Achilles injury. The future Hall of Famer was solid. 3,897 passing yards with 28 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, but didn't move the needle quite enough to earn the approval of fans or the front office. After going 5-12, NY decided it needed a new look, allowing Rodgers to walk and hiring the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator Glenn to take over as head coach. The 53-year-old will lead a Jets squad that also brought in former Chicago Bears and Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Justin Fields to take starting snaps under center. While not the talent he was at Ohio State, the 26-year-old Fields still has upside in the eyes of some, as his pro development has been hindered by a lack of coaching continuity. Glenn announced earlier this week that New York will play its starters in Saturday's preseason game, with the hope that those reps will pay dividends come Week 1. We're playing, he said. I can't tell you how much guys are going to play. It's going to be affected by how the game goes, but we're playing. The Green Bay Packers finished third in the NFC North Division last season, but the team was a serious contender. Green Bay improved upon its 9-8 record from the previous year, clinching a wild-card spot and its fifth playoff berth in 6 seasons under head coach Matt LaFleur. Their trip to the postseason was short, however, as the Packers were bounced 22-10 by the eventual champion Eagles in the wild-card round. Despite the early exit, the team showed signs of growth, particularly on defense and with its young offensive core. While an 11-win season is nothing to look down on, Green Bay certainly has its sights set on a better 2025-26 NFL campaign and a deeper playoff run. QB Jordan Love, 3,389 passing yards with 25 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, is back to lead a Packers offense that ranked 5th in the NFL in total yards per game, 370.8, including 223.9 through the air and 146.8 on the ground. With another year of experience and a strong supporting cast, Love is expected to take another step forward in his development. The Packers' defense was also solid, ranking 6th in yards allowed, 315.6 per game, including just 99.4 rushing yards per game, showing their ability to shut down opposing ground attacks. With key playmakers returning on both sides of the ball, expectations are high in Green Bay heading into the new season. Like New York, Green Bay is expected to play most of its starters in Saturday's preseason game. The Packers head coach pointed to injuries as a reason for the decision. Now, according to my sources, there's a lot of injury data that supports playing guys in the preseason, the 45-year-old said. That's real data from the NFL, he affirmed. They will tell you, according to our medical people and sports performance people, that if you get X amount of reps, you are how many times less likely to get injured within the first 4 to 5 weeks of the regular season. This philosophy reflects a growing trend among some teams to ensure their starters are physically conditioned and mentally prepared with live game reps before Week 1. It's a strategic shift from the previous risk-averse mindset that emphasized keeping stars bubble-wrapped in August. The Packers seem to be prioritizing long-term durability over short-term safety. 37 has proven to be a key number in NFL preseason betting. Per OddsShark, over the last 15 years, preseason totals of 37 or fewer points have gone over nearly 60% of the time, while totals of 37 or higher have gone under at a 56% clip. Saturday's total has risen from 33 to 38, as news that both teams will be playing their starters has encouraged bettors to reach for the over. I don't believe that's a sound strategy, though, given that most of those players will likely play only 1 or 2 series. Also, with Glenn being a former defensive coordinator, I expect the Jets to play soundly and aggressively on that side of the ball. The tempo should slow significantly once the second units take over, as both teams evaluate depth players and manage clock. Historically, inflated totals due to public overreaction to starting lineups often create value for the under. While sharp bettors may recognize that, casual money is often drawn to the over in preseason games when starter news breaks. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is New York Jets winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Kansas City Chiefs versus Arizona Cardinals. It's officially week 1 of the NFL preseason, and the defending AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs are traveling to Glendale to face the Arizona Cardinals at State Farm Stadium. Both of these teams went winless in last year's preseason, but this matchup brings a different energy, especially with both coaches planning to play their starters. The Chiefs enter 2025 with a win total of 11.5, priced at plus 100 to the over on DraftKings. Their Super Bowl odds are listed at plus 800 on BetMGM, but as always with Reed, preseason wins come second to building depth and evaluating talent. From various reports and rumblings, Andy Reid plans to give the starters some live reps and rotate through the depth chart this preseason. Patrick Mahomes is expected to play the first quarter against Arizona, followed by Gardner Minshew, Bailey Zapp, and even Chris Oladokun. The offensive line is a major focus for Kansas City. Rookie Josh Simmons, who is recovering from a knee injury, has a shot to take over the left tackle spot. If healthy, Simmons would have been in the conversation for top offensive lineman in the draft. The Chiefs also brought in Kingsley Suamataia to compete at guard and signed Jaylon Moore for depth. On the defensive side, Kansas City added second-round pick Omar Norman-Lott and third-rounder Ashton Galoti to add depth to their pass rush, and they both should see snaps, especially with aging veterans like Chris Jones and Mike Pennell needing to stay fresh from the long haul. Rookie Noel Williams was also selected in the third round as a player to watch for in the secondary. Despite a disappointing end to last year, the Chiefs enter 2025 with a win total of 11.5, priced at plus 100 to the over on DraftKings. Their Super Bowl odds are listed at plus 800 on BetMGM, but as always with Reed, preseason wins come second to building depth and evaluating talent. Arizona's win total sits at 8.5, and their playoff odds are plus 125 on BetMGM. After going 0-3 in the preseason last year, head coach Jonathan Gannon is expected to approach things differently on Saturday. Instead of resting his starters, Gannon is rolling them out, including Kyler Murray, who didn't play in last year's exhibition slate at all. Murray threw for 3,851 yards and 21 touchdowns in 2024 and wants to build rhythm early with Marvin Harrison Jr., who's healthy and ready after missing time in camp. The Cardinals have one of the best QB rooms for preseason. After Murray, Jacoby Brissett and Clayton Tune bring experience and mobility. Brissett in particular gives Arizona a strong edge once backups take over. Offensively, Arizona has a real chance to push tempo early. On defense, the Cardinals added veterans like Dalvin Tomlinson, Josh Sweat, and Calais Campbell, giving the front line a much-needed boost. With improved depth, the Cardinals can rotate effectively and bring pressure from multiple looks, allowing the defense to stay fresh late in games and potentially create more turnovers in key situations. This total feels a bit low given how both teams are approaching the game. with starters expected to see real action and veteran quarterbacks like Murray, Brissett, Mahomes, and Minshew all in the mix. We could see points in bunches, especially in the first half. Arizona's defense is improved, but still figuring things out, and Kansas City is testing new pieces on the offensive line and defense. There should be enough explosive plays and breakdowns on both sides to push this one over the number. Both coaching staffs have hinted at using tempo to simulate regular season rhythm, and with so many proven quarterbacks seeing snaps, offensive efficiency could be higher than the market expects. Even if second and third stringers enter late, both teams have solid depth at skill positions, and those units can still move the ball. Don't be surprised if this becomes a back-and-forth contest early, with the total cleared before the fourth quarter begins. Arizona looks like the right side. Andy Reid is going to play some of his starters, but this team traditionally values long-term health over preseason momentum, focusing on preserving key players for the regular season grind. Jonathan Gannon's group, on the other hand, has a lot more to prove, especially after a disappointing year, and the Cardinals appear to have better backup quarterback depth, which often plays a decisive role in these exhibition matchups. Even if Mahomes gets some early reps, Arizona's second and third units should keep them right in it, if not win the game outright. I'm not overly concerned about Gannon's 2-4 preseason record, as his approach this time around seems more focused and intense, with a clear emphasis on sharpening fundamentals and building chemistry across the roster. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Arizona Cardinals plus 2.5. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Denver Broncos versus San Francisco 49ers. As the NFL offseason fades in the rearview mirror, the opening week of the 2025 preseason brings up an interconference matchup when the Denver Broncos battle the San Francisco 49ers in the City by the Bay Saturday night, and Denver finished the 2024 season with a 10-7 mark to finish third in the AFC West. They earned a wild card berth only to get beaten 31-7 by Buffalo in the AFC wild card round. San Francisco regressed in 2024, posting a 6-11 mark and finished in the basement of the NFC West. In the all-time regular season series between the teams, the Broncos own an 8-7 advantage, including an 11-10 home win in the most recent matchup September 25, 2022. In the most recent preseason battle, the 49ers prevailed 21-20 at home on August 19, 2023. Denver posted a 10-7 mark in the 2024 season, posting their first winning record since 2016 and their first playoff berth since the final season of Peyton Manning's career back in 2015. Bo Nix was solid at quarterback as a rookie and was helped by an aggressive Broncos defense that recorded a league-high 63 sacks. 15 different players recorded at least one sack last season, led by Nick Bonito's 13.5 sacks. The Broncos also forced 25 turnovers to finish +6 in the takeaway-giveaway department. Denver didn't have a ton of big moves in free agency as they added running back J.K. Dobbins, Chargers, tight end Evan Engram, Jaguars, linebacker Dre Greenlaw, 49ers, and safety Talanoa Hufanga, 49ers, in depth moves. The Broncos were 10th in the league in scoring offense last season with 25 points per game. Nix will be the signal caller again after he completed 376 of 567 passes for 3,775 yards, with 29 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. He added 430 yards and 4 scores on the ground to finish third on the team in rushing yards. With Zach Wilson gone, that means the uninspiring duo of Jarrett Stidham and Sam Ehlinger will be battling for the backup job. Dobbins is penciled in as the lead back. Rookie R.J. Harvey, Jaleel McLaughlin, and Audric Estim should also be in the mix. All 5 offensive line starters are back, giving them continuity in that regard. Engram gives Nix a good safety valve at the tight end, something the team lacked last season. Third-round pick Pat Bryant, who caught 54 passes for Illinois last season, could step up and potentially unseat Devon Vale for a starting job with a good preseason showing. Peyton made it clear that his starters will take the field in this contest, so look for familiar faces, at least early in the contest. San Francisco had a disappointing 2024 campaign as the team stumbled to a 6-11 mark, snapping a string of 3 straight seasons with double-digit wins and a playoff appearance. Injuries played a role as Christian McCaffrey, 13 games, Brandon Ayuk, 10 games, Deebo Samuel, 2 games, and Brock Purdy, 2 games, all missed time, seriously impacting their ability to move the ball and put up points. San Francisco has a lot of overhaul from last season as Samuel, trade Washington, Jordan Mason, Vikings, Elijah Mitchell, Chiefs, are all gone while Ayuk recovers from a knee injury. They also have to replace several offensive linemen from last year's squad as well, so it's a year of transition. The 49ers finished last season 13th in the league in scoring offense as they put up an average of 22.9 points per game. Brock Purdy hit 300 of 455 passes for 3,864 yards with 20 touchdowns and 12 interceptions last season. He added 323 yards and 5 scores on the ground. Mac Jones takes over the backup role, while Curtis Rourke and Carter Bradley look to battle for the number 3 job. McCaffrey, 50 carries, 202 yards, 15 receptions, 146 yards, will be the lead back with Isaac Guerendo, 84 carries, 420 yards, 4 touchdowns, the number 2 man in the backfield, with Ayuk recovering and Joanne Jennings, 77 catches, 915 yards, 6 touchdowns. Dealing with a calf injury and unhappy about his deal, this could be a prime chance for Ricky Pearsall, Demarcus Robinson, Russell Gage Jr., Jacob Cowing, and Isaiah Hodgins to make an impact to solidify their chances at a roster spot. Coach Kyle Shanahan has not made an official decision on playing time for his starters for this one. He did make it clear that it's unlikely that any of the team's key offensive starters will see the field here. San Francisco may be at home, but with many new faces and a youth-driven retooling phase, they're still finding their footing. In contrast, Denver has strong continuity, and with Peyton planning to play his starters, the Broncos have a clear edge in this matchup. The Broncos ranked 3rd in scoring defense last season, while the 49ers were 29th. With San Francisco likely resting key players as they sort out their roster, the edge goes to Denver in this matchup. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Denver Broncos -6. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.